So it's been a year and I kind of pieced out on you guys when it comes to talking about my hysterectomy. I tend to do that here on YouTube. I was not in the position to make any videos at all during my recovery. I thought I was going to be able to. Absolutely not. So I'm going to say this before I start this video, that if you are about to get one and you don't want to hear any negative stories at all, probably don't watch my video because my surgery and my recovery were not great. However, I will say there was light at the end of the tunnel. I am extremely happy now, 1 year post-op, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. I probably should have watched my last video so that I know where I left off, but I'm pretty sure I left off when I was at my mom's house recovering. And boy, those 2 weeks were absolutely brutal. They sent me home with gabapentin and oxycodone, and I had an allergic reaction to the gabapentin. It sent my entire torso into this huge rash, and it was so itchy. It was, oh my God, the worst thing possible. And I mean, there was already so much going on. I think the worst part about recovery, actually there are no worst parts because everything was equally as awful. So the gas that like rides up into your shoulders like post-surgery, because they have to fill your body up with gas to do whatever they have to do, that lingers. It lingers and it's extremely painful. I would argue that it's more painful than the incision. Yes. So I mean, I had to take oxycodone for it because it was so bad. And I did my best to walk around every single day. But walking around for the first week was literally so slow. Taking Gas-X didn't work. All of these other pills you can take did not work at all. The best thing that I did was consume a ton of tea and warm water and warm liquids. I ate liquids for just the first month. Everything was mushy because especially within the first 2 weeks, I did not want to have a proper BM. I don't know why I paused for that. This is a video about hysterectomies. My God. So there was absolutely no way that I was going to eat solid foods because no, you have to use your core. And I think that once that gets taken away from you, you don't realize how powerless you become physically. So the oxycodone helped me get through. The gabapentin I had to stop, and the rash took about a week to fully go away. So that was pretty hard. Sleeping also was terrifying. My mom helped me in and out of bed for the first few days, just because, again, you can't use your core to lift yourself up out of bed. How are you going to get out of bed? I had to move my legs over and then grab onto it was awful. Litter box. So I had to eventually use a ladder to help prop me up. No, at my mom's house, I used the bed. My mom has a bed rest headboard, excuse me. So I grabbed the headboard and I would use that to pull myself up out of bed because it was impossible. Now he has the zoomies. So sorry, I'm being distracted. Give me a second. I've been gone all day and now you want to play. I know. Can you give me 30 minutes? Going to the bathroom? Terrifying. Everything was terrifying. Because it really felt like you were just gonna burst open. And I know that you're stitched up, but for me, it just felt, I'm gonna use the word terrifying a lot in this video because I was terrified. Luckily, when I was at home, my grandmother lives with my mom and she has a 6-inch seat riser. I highly recommend. That's one thing I did not think about. And I'm so glad that I had, because had I had to have gone really low, I don't know what other people do. I really don't. So after the 2-week mark, I gave up because I had lost a lot of sleep. I'm so grateful that people sent me gifts and things that I can use throughout my surgery. I couldn't, you can't sleep on your sides because, so I had this triangle pillow behind me, and then I had a pillow underneath my knees. I didn't sleep flat until a week, I would say, because, oh my gosh, stretching out your body, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? And then eventually I just tapped out. I couldn't do it anymore. It was so painful. I tried to sleep on the couch once. I tried to sleep on the lounging chair. There was nothing that was comfortable for me. I just had a really shitty experience just because, you know, just a quick recap, my incision was supposed to be this big and then my uterus wouldn't fit out of it. So they had to extend the incision. And then even with the extension, they still had to get it out. And that's the movement my surgeon did when she explained it to me. I decided to go home. I'm like, if I'm going to be uncomfortable, I just want to be home at this point, just because it was too much for me. Driving, my dad drove me home. I think one of the parents. I'm so sorry, I don't remember. But I being in the passenger seat driving home, that's hard too. I highly recommend a pillow in between your stomach and the seatbelt. Nothing is comfortable. You know, it's just a terrible experience. I was home and I eventually had to I wedged a folding ladder in between my bed and the nightstand. My bed used to be right here. But I wedged this foldable ladder so that I can grab onto it and pull myself up out of bed. It was the only way that would work because, again, I couldn't use my core very much. And, you know, my cat sitter came to help me. She gave me a pregnancy pillow to use. It helped. It did help. I will say that. I ended up buying one for myself because I was so happy that I got a little bit of relaxation. But it was still really bad. I didn't get good sleep until probably about like 3.5 weeks. Then I started to actually fall asleep at night. So when I first got home, I was relying on Grubhub, Instacart, all of those things because I needed to. I couldn't go. I'm on the second floor, so I can't go up and down the stairs right away. I would say about week 4, 5 is when I finally started to get more mobility. I was able to walk around more. I started to test my stairs and stuff, and I was able to go up and down the stairs slowly, but I was still able to go up and down the stairs. So I ended up going out to the grocery store, and I have to say that that was also anxiety inducing. When you're in a place with a bunch of able-bodied people, no one has the patience for you when there is some sort of a disability. And damn, it's one of those things where it's like you don't notice it until it happens to you, and it's like, okay. So now I have so much more respect for people. I don't get bent out of shape if someone's walking too slow in front of me. I used to be that aggravated person. Now I don't do that anymore. It was really hard. I did my best to like walk along the edges of like the aisles and stuff, like not dead center, so I wasn't in anybody's way. I was so hyper aware of how slow I was, because everything to me felt like it was going so fast. You know, cars felt like they were going so fast. People felt like they were just slow down, everybody. What the hell? It was a lot. And something I didn't take in consideration is that like your brain, even though you feel like you're ready to go and you feel like you're ready to just move on to the next step, your brain is still trying to heal your body. So you're not fully there. It's impossible to be fully there and able-brained like you were pre-surgery. You know, you have to let yourself relax. So don't try to rush out of your recovery, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. Week 6, I had my follow-up appointment to make sure that everything was going well, everything was healing right. That was also the last time I saw my gynecologist because she dipped. I'll explain that in a second. I was telling her that I was very nervous about my incision opening. No reason why. There was no signs of anything happening. I'm just a nervous person. I have anxiety, depression. I have a lot of shit. Anyway, so I had this issue and she was like, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glue right on top of the incision just to give you a peace of mind. It'll also help it heal better, kill some bacteria. And it's just good. Okay, great. She did not warn me at all about this glue. Let me tell you something. If your surgeon recommends a glue to put on your incision, say no. Say no. Say no. Absolutely not. Unless you absolutely need it, say no. She did not tell me that this glue burned like the fiery pits of hell. I'm not talking about spicy burn. I'm talking about what the hell? It felt like she was cutting me open with a knife, a dull knife, right on the incision. Like, oh my God, ooh, the tears. I screamed, and took me by surprise. And I honestly am still kind of pissed that she did not give me a heads up that, oh, you might feel a little stink. Bitch, that was a fucking burn. Nope, did not like that at all. So highly do not recommend that. I guess the reason why it burns is that it kills off bacteria and stuff, but I don't care. It was awful. Afterward, you go through a lot. You go through a lot of changes. I feel like I'm doing this a lot because my table's really high. You go through a lot of stuff, and as one would after a major surgery, I had a lot of questions, and I kept reaching out to my surgeon, like my gyno, and saying, hey, is this normal? Is that normal? Whatever. And she eventually hit me with a talk to your doctor. And I was pissed about that. What do you mean, see my normal physician? I'm asking you, who specializes in this field, if this is normal. Why would I go to my doctor that has no clue what's going on other than, oh, you have an appointment over there? Why would I go to my doctor where the first thing they ask me is, what's your last date of your menstrual cycle? I'm sure the comment section is probably going to pop up about that. I just felt really like abandoned. So that sucked. But moving on from that, week 8 is when I went to Disneyland. That was my first actual excursion. I did not get on any rides. I'm not stupid. However, I wanted to see if I could manage the parks because I really wanted to go for Star Wars Day. Oh, right. There's a reason why. Clothes. I could not wear anything because my stomach has this protrusion, even still to this day. So there's my belly button, there's the amount of skin, and then there's the incision. The skin is like, there's a bump there. There is and it feels gross. I'm still healing from it a year later. It feels, how do I describe it? Numb. The skin still feels very numb. A lot of it feels detached from me. So I know it's still healing, but this was really out there. And the only thing that I could wear were like pajamas, really baggy pants that were high-waisted and lightweight, like almost like sleeper pants. And then my Star Wars clothes. So if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I like to get dolled up when I go to Disneyland, especially during Star Wars season. And I do cosplay a little bit as like a citizen of whatever planet I am cosplaying. And it just so happens that my clothing is high-waisted, like my bottoms, and there's a bunch of like wraps and sashes and things like that. And I was able to hide my stomach. So when I would go out to the grocery store, yes, I would be in Star Wars cosplay because first it made me smile and it gave me something to like laugh at. And then secondly, it helped me hide this stomach that was just sticking out so bad. And I really did feel self-conscious about it. And once I realized that that was the only thing that I could wear, that's the only thing that I did wear, especially to Disneyland. And Disneyland is a place where you can dress up as whatever you want, essentially, and no one will look twice. Disney was fine. Walking around was okay. I'm glad that I did it because I was able to kind of get my body back into gear. Oh, that was another thing too. Going to the grocery store for the first time, I think during around week 4 or 5, man, when you have to actually be out in public and walk at a normal speed, my legs hurt for like 3 days. It felt like I hadn't walked in a year. And then now all of a sudden I was walking again and utilizing the leg muscles and all that stuff. I was weak. So going to Disney, I was really scared. I actually went back to back. I did like a half day and then I did again for the second day with another friend. And I just wanted to make sure that I could do it. And I could. And I was like, okay, great. So by the 8th week, when I went back during May 4th, that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to start getting on the slow ride. So I got on everything that was slow and easy. And I did get on the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I questioned that one after I was done. I was like, was that a poor move? Because I didn't realize that the cars were gonna go dun 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 dun, and that jerk. I got a little nervous. I gotta be honest. I'm like, oh God, please don't open. So I was like holding my stomach in during that part, and that kind of scared me, but it was fine. I had nothing to worry about, but I just panicked very easily. Other than that, it was great. So pushing forward, I had a very hard time with my recovery too, because I wasn't able to rest as much as I think I should have, to be honest. I did a GoFundMe, and I was so not embarrassed, but I was shy, I guess, about asking for help, that when I started tallying up some of my bills, only some of it, and it already came out to 10 grand, I was like, dude, I cannot ask people for this much money. And so I just capped myself at that. I'm like, I'm just only going to ask for 10 and then I'll figure it out. That was the dumbest thing that I could have done when it came to asking for help. First of all, asking for help is a lot for me, but doing that, I should have asked for more. You know what? It is what it is. It's over now. But I had to go back to work early, because if I'm not working, I'm not making money. And if you don't ask for enough help to get you through the months you're not working, what are you gonna do? And I couldn't file for unemployment because I am a self-employed entrepreneur and I'm a 1099 employee. So that I just didn't fall under any freaking category, and I made too much money to qualify for anything. And it was just a thing. So I'm so upset. Oh my God. I felt abandoned by everything else besides you guys, and besides my family and my friends who sent me care packages and stuff. Oh my gosh, my friends came through. I could cry about that. My government doesn't care about me, but that's okay. Let's move on. If you're familiar with me, you guys know I'm a makeup artist, and my kit weighs 48 pounds. My personal luggage when I go to work is 37, typically 37, 38. And then I travel on a plane twice a week to go to work. I work on a HGTV show, lugging my kit and my luggage up and down a flight of stairs. 9 weeks post-op. 10 weeks. I went back to work at 10 weeks. 10 weeks post-op. That was not smart. Did I injure myself? No. I would say the second week of work, I felt like I pulled something. And then I got scared. And I went, oh my God, I'm gonna have a hernia. Oh my God, I tore something. I didn't hurt myself, but definitely should not have gone back to work, because not only was the weight of trying, and then I'm so dumb. And then like taking this luggage and hoisting it into the back of my car. Oh my God. I know that technically 10 weeks is normal to go back to work. I don't want to hear it. If some of you were like, I was back at work, good for you. I'm sorry to be so aggro, but it's like everybody is different when it comes to this surgery. And I think that it was worse for me because of the extra nonsense that I had to go through. Oh my gosh, looking back at it, I just wish that I'd rested, because not only did I have to go through, the struggle of all of the weight, and then the traveling on the plane where your digestive system like expands and all that. We're not meant to be that high in the air. Again, touching on the brain issue. Your brain is not capable of going to work when you're healing from a surgery, a major surgery like this. I'm at work trying to be me, and I'm half a person. My producer was, at one point looked at me and she was like, you should not be here. You shouldn't even be here. You need to be back at home. Like, she kind of got upset at me. Like, you should not be back at work right now. I'm like, I don't have a choice. I had no money. I was broke and rent was due. And as a single person living in Southern California where the rent is astronomically high and my bills are just as equally as high, I didn't have a choice. I had to go back to work. It was hard. And then eventually by like week 3, week 4, I had a breakdown. I had a mental breakdown, but I still went to work because I had to, but I was not okay. I was mentally not fine. And I do want to say that if you feel like you're not ready, you're not ready. Please do not go back to work. Let your body heal. I pushed myself way too hard. Along with that, now that there is no more fallopian tubes, there's no uterus, and there's no cervix in my body, your hormones are going to be out of whack. And mine were. And I have to say that my depression was at an all-time high, to the point where when I was going through my PMS cycles, I'm just going to say it, suicide ideation. It happened to me every month. I just could not wait to leave. And it was not fun for me. I don't know what got me out of it. I think my body is finally starting to level out, but it was bad. And I could not cry at work. During PMS, I've never cried. My typical PMS pre-surgery, heavy cramping. Oh, heavy cramping to the point where I have thrown up a couple of times because the cramping was so bad. A little moody. Sometimes I could be a little bitchy. Like, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? You know? And then very hungry. This now post-hysterectomy up until this point. So now we're probably at the 3, 4, 5th month, depressed, hoarding the food, just really going to comfort food because nothing was making me happy. There was 1 month. Now, if anyone has experienced this, please say it in the comments below. I don't know if I'm just tripping, but 1 month, it was only for 1 day. I had phantom cramps, and I don't know if that's a thing or I don't know what the hell, but it cramped and it hurt like a cramp. And I don't know what the hell it was. I still don't have an answer for it, but I know what I felt. I know exactly how it felt. And I was like, oh my God, I'm cramping. And for a split second, I even thought, did they even take my uterus out? Because it felt identical to what I had normally felt during a cycle. But I mean, no, I don't have one because I'm done. I almost don't remember what it's like to have a menstrual cycle. It feels like it was a lifetime ago. I only remember things when it's brought up to me, like when my friends are like, oh my God, it's so bad right now. The cramping is so awful. I just feel terrible. And I'm like, it sucks to be you. When I see memes or like TikTok videos, like when you have to sneeze and you're on your cycle, I never have to worry about that ever again. And that to me, it's the best part. When it comes to your cycles now, may I please give you one piece of advice? Don't stop tracking. I stopped tracking and I totally regret it because now I don't know when I'm going to be feeling the way that I feel during those times. Now that we're in March and it's several months later, I don't feel so bad during my cycles. I do break out. I'm actually going, you can't see it now, or you probably could, but I'm going through breakouts right now. And I do feel a little bloated. So I think I'm PMSing right now, but I don't know because I stopped tracking. So that it irritates me, especially because, you know, I want to know about my brain. I want to know about my body. I want to know all these things. September, end of September, October, I start going to therapy. And this is where my life starts to then take a nice little ride into happiness. Therapy has been my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Because I figured out why I am the way that I am. And I have been able to see myself through a different lens and take care of myself and be more gentle with myself because I didn't see it before. And I was so harsh to myself. And, you know, getting it all out with a therapist is just, It's so funny because like I have been teaching myself how to not hold back my tears, and now I'm doing my best to hold back my tears, and it's really, really hard for me to do so. And I'm happy now because at the end of February this year, up until now, I'm changing into a person that I really enjoy. And my therapist gave me a diagnosis, and the reason why I quote it is because it's not technically considered one in the DSM. That it's still kind of up in the air, but she explained to me that I have complex PTSD, and watching a lot of videos about it, I get why I am the way that I am. And so being able to see that and treat myself differently, my growth has just been amazing. So with therapy, you know, October, November, December, at this point, even though I'm at my peak weight gain, because you do lose weight after surgery because you only eat liquids and mushy foods, you drop a lot of weight, and then you start going into normalcy. And if you don't control yourself, like I hadn't been, you do gain weight. And I was at my peak October, November, December. And it isn't until now that I'm losing weight again. But November, December, I'm starting to heal and I'm starting to feel better. Also, my PMS mood swings are not as intense. I can feel my body starting to relax, and I don't know if it's the surgery healing. I don't know if it's the therapy healing or just the combination of both things. Now heading into 2024, where we're at now, and getting this diagnosis, I actually started to implement some steps to take care of myself. I meditate at night, every night, almost every night. And I take my vitamins every day. I take glucosamine because I have really bad knees. And I also take a pro, postbiotic. My energy has shot through the roof. Again, I don't know, if it's the vitamins, the therapy, me feeling better because it's been a year post-op. And I'll never have that answer of what is making my life so much better. But all I know and all I care about is that my life is so much better. When you have anxiety and depression, just depression, you know, taking a shower is hard to do every single day, you know, just the simple things, keeping your place tidy and stuff. It's just, you don't think about it and you don't do it. I don't know what's going on, but I took apart my toilet, took apart the bidet, scrubbed every crevice of my toilet. Don't know when last time I did that. I cleaned out my washing machine tub. I was scrubbing and cleaning, and I've been making my bed every single morning. That's unheard of for me. I was kind of anti making the bed because I'm like, I'm the only one living here. No one's coming over. Why am I gonna make my bed? I make it every morning. So I don't know if it's a combination of that. Anyway, there's so many things that I'm doing with myself. I'm now eating clean again, which now my weight is starting to decrease. I don't know, you guys. All I can say is that now life is good. And while this has been a wild ride, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't do it again. But I'm so happy. And this person that I'm becoming, I'm so excited of what I'm going to be. Like today I was at my mom's house taking care of my grandma, and my mom was at work and she had no idea, but where is this energy coming from? I was in her kitchen, and in all of her kitchen cabinets, I decided to organize everything. I'm still waiting for her phone call. And then I started to like fix up her bathroom just a little bit. And so I don't know who this person is, but I like her. So anyway, if you decided to watch this, if you're a little like nervous about your surgery, just know that you will get through it. If it does suck, it will end. Like there is an end to it. Don't try to think that you can power through anything. If you literally are tired, take a nap. I'm still healing down here. There's still a pooch And a lot of my friends think it's perimenopausal, but it's not that. I know what this feels like. This is something different. And because it feels still very like numb feeling when I touch it, it doesn't feel nice. I know it's still healing. So I gotta figure out how to like decrease that, because it shows through my pants still and it's annoying. Oh, pants. I didn't zip up a pair of jeans until maybe like, it took me 3 months to actually put on some clothes, like pants. I still to this day am wearing high-waisted cotton underwear because of this protrusion. I don't know what the hell this is. So I'm hoping that the compression of the high-waisted underwear is helping it, like, you know, subside. I don't know though. But yeah, I don't like to wear underwear that's like normal bikini cut, because it hits right at the incision area and it's still kind of like sensitive for me. So a year out, I'm still granny panties. Whatever, at least they're comfortable. But it's kind of annoying. My hair. I'm losing hair. A lot of it. Much more than I've ever lost before. My temples have thinned out a lot. I'm sure I could do some sort of treatment, but yeah, that's gnarly. Could be stress, hormones, whatever, age. Again, did I tell you again? Did I even mention it? I'm gonna be 40 next month. So it kind of comes with the territory. It is what it is. Worst case scenario, I'll just put like some makeup on it. I don't really give a shit. I do kind of give a shit. If you have any questions about post-hysterectomy, ask them in the comments below and I will respond to you in the comments below, because now I'm drawing a blank and that means it's time to wrap it up. So thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. YouTube kicked me off their creator platform. I don't make money on YouTube anymore. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I stopped making videos. So I have to sign up for that again, I'm sure. So please interact with this video so I can qualify again. Happy 16th anniversary to my YouTube channel. Technically not this one because I started another one, but still, happy 16th YouTube anniversary for me. That's this month. And happy 1-year anniversary post-hysterectomy this month. And then happy early birthday to me next month. Okay, I'll see you later. Get out of here.